What's up, guys? This is Pat and Dare with West Effort Little League. Today we're going to do a little video on our equipment and how we drag the fields. We got two machines here right now. We got a third on the way. We have our Gator, four-wheeled vehicle. We have our Trike, which is a three-wheeled vehicle. Okay, both pretty similar. You know, they're similar in operation, kind of turn the key and go. First, we're going to show you each of them and how we start them up. Okay, on our Trike, on the left side here, our pedals have a forward, neutral, and reverse. As long as the machine is in neutral, press the red pedal on the right for brake, turn the key, and start that up. All right, from here, you use the left foot, and if you push your pedal forward, that's forward. Pull it back is for reverse. To operate the other parts of this machine, we have forks in the middle. There's a lever on your right side. Pull it in and drop the forks down. They'll drag and groom the field all by themselves if you left them. Okay? Your other option, there's a hydraulic button here on your center console, which will lower the hydraulics in the back. Those blades will smooth out the path that you dig in with the rake. Okay? We also attach a drag mat to the back of this machine. Okay, what we like to do is loop it in here tight so it's not dragging too far behind the machine. You know, and it basically follows behind you, and it'll clean up a bunch of rocks and basically level out your playing surface. Like I said, our Gator is very similar. Okay, all we do is hop in, press the brake. As long as we're in neutral, turn the key, and we're good to go. If you're the first person here at the fields, or sometimes if it's an early morning game, there's a choke on the left side. Okay, right here, below the seat here, next to the gas cap. If you pull that out when you start, if you're having trouble starting the Gator, let it go after 2 or 3 seconds. It'll run an idle all on its own. Both machines are fairly bulletproof, very easy to use. Okay, obviously when you're using the Trike, your turning radius is a little bit different. Only 3 wheels in the front, or 1 wheel in the front, 3 wheels total. Okay, just be mindful, and of course take your time when you're first learning how to use these machines. As far as dragging the field, we have a couple of different drags, but they all operate fairly similar. Okay? Sometimes you'll find them sitting in the shed, sometimes you'll find them leaning up against the wall in the shed. Okay, none of them are too heavy. You like to pull them out. Make sure the flat bar on the front of it is facing down, otherwise you'll dig in with this lip here. Okay? Chains that hook up right to the back. And you're ready to go. At the end, we ask that you unhook it. In this case, we'll throw it right in the back of the Gator. That way it's ready for the next person to use. Whether we're on a baseball field or a softball field, or t-ball, we always want to rake first around the bases before we drag the fields. The reason is because if the drag mat or the forks on the Trike hit the bases, we will rip them out of the ground. Okay, we want to avoid that as much as possible. Same goes for the mounds on both softball fields and baseball fields. There are clay bricks in the ground. Okay, we don't want to disturb them by digging too deep in. Okay, all we need to do is a simple rake, push, try to level the surface as much as we can on all 4 sides of the base. Okay, that'll give us, about a 3-4 foot room around the base when we're using the machine. Our mounds are the same. Okay, we want to try to keep as much of the material here as possible, but we also don't want to disturb it with the 2 machines. Okay, so we always want to rake around the mounds as best as we can, not digging hard. Okay, just let the forks on the rake do their thing. Okay, try to keep as much material here as possible. These are clay, loose clay, and clay bricks here, okay? And the weather actually does well for it. As long as we can keep the mounds wet with the rain and keep all the material up here, it'll last a long time. When we're dragging the fields, I always recommend that we start from the inside out, working around the pitcher's mound. Again, we don't want to get too close, that's why we raked out a large area around it. Okay, we don't want to be digging into the side of the pitcher's mound. Start, move move in slow circles, and I can't stress that enough. We have to move slowly with both of these machines, otherwise we'll do more damage than we're helping. When I'm driving, I'm always looking behind me to make sure that the drag mat is overlapping itself about halfway through my last pass. Always a good idea because of the way we're going around in a circle. To the end, we take what's left in the drag mat, kind of lift it up, give it a shake, pat right back on top of the trike, and then we take what's here and we try to rake it out level. Sometimes when you're done, you'll find a lot of rocks that are left behind. We try to pick those up as best as we can, and again, rake the dirt level. Okay, the more we can do with dragging our fields and raking them properly, the better they'll last all season long.